Here's our Christmas message, Buy Local, Buy Suffolk.
We've had such a great time talking to some amazingly talented people across the county, all of whom would love to see you this Christmas.
So without further ado, let's start our Suffolk Christmas. Welcome to our special Christmas editions of the Suffolk Pod Show. This episode features Stonham Park and the coming Christmas craft market. These shows are produced and managed by podtalkuk. I'm Mark Mason.
And I'm Susanna Hornby. Welcome back to David, events manager and the Christmas craft market organiser at the Stonham Park. Hello, David.
Hello there, how are you?
Absolutely fine. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
A little busy?
Very excited. Yeah, busy and excited. It's a very funny feeling.
It's all happening this weekend on the 5th and 6th of December. What time do you open?
The market opens at 10 o'clock each day and runs through until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And we also have the mini music festival on as well, which will start round about midday, go on till about 6:30 in the evening. We've got a lot of very great up-and-coming bands and individual artists appearing on a full stage to entertain the people that are here. So that should be really good.
That's so exciting. Now, not only that, but I'm assuming that all of Stonham Park will be open too, so your retailers as well.
Yeah, we reopened on Wednesday when the restrictions were lifted, so all the retailers are back open and filling their shops up nicely, ready for the crowds at the weekend. Some great bargains to be had. Everyone's going to be open. It's going to be really good and hopefully really busy for everybody.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a good vibe going down over there. How do we get to you? Whereabouts are you?
We're on the A1120, which is just off of the A14, easily accessible. We've got free parking on site, plenty of free parking on site, and the event is free to enter as well.
Now, a little bit more on the market. What should we expect?
We've got about 50 traders booked in. We've got some inside stalls, some outside stalls, food vendors. As I say, we've got the music playing as well. We've got all fantastic handmade crafts, everything from Christmas decorations right the way through to bird boxes and jewellery. Pretty much anything you can think of that you would have at a good Christmas market, we've got traders for that. So clothing, everything. It's going to be really good.
And we're excited. We're about to speak to several of your traders who are selling all sorts of different things, and they are so excited too. I think it's just such a great feeling to be out and about and trading again.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt. Everyone's really looking forward to it. We're more than happy that we're being able to put it on. We've got all our COVID restrictions in place, got all our sanitising stations and our QR codes for the track and trace, et cetera, et cetera. So, a lot of work's gone into it, but we're pleased that we are. All the work that we've been able to do, we're actually being able to put something at the end of it now, which is great. I think it's going to be a worthwhile exercise for everybody, and we're really, really looking forward to putting on a great spectacle for the whole of for Suffolk. To be honest, there's not a lot of things going on at the moment.
No, I know, and also the amount of stuff there. It's a full day out.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Yeah, we've got. Everything else is open, so we've got the Adventure Golf open, the Teapot Pottery is open, we've got the golf course itself is open, the fun fair will be going, we'll have a train that's going round giving rides around the site as well. We've got the bistro, which will be open. All the retailers that we said, as we said, will be open as well. So, fully open, fully functional, ready to go.
A complete magical Christmas experience. So excited. So anybody wants to know anything more, can they go to your website?
www.stonhambarns.co.uk. We've been spending the last few days putting all the Christmas lights up and the Christmas decorations, so it's going to look magical here as well.
At last, Christmas begins. Thank you so much, David, and good luck to you all.
Thank you very much, Susanna. See you at the weekend.
Yep, indeed.
I have some mulled wine put aside for you.
We're on our way. See you soon.
Okay, have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Rough Stuff Oak. from chopping boards to butcher's blocks and everything in between, it seems, but always made from beautiful oak. Please welcome Matt. Hi.
Hi there.
Nice to talk to you. Thanks for coming on. We look forward to hearing about all of your beautiful products, which you've been doing for quite some time now.
Yeah, it's a business that was set up by my partner down in Hertfordshire. Another Matt, an old college friend. He set it up back in 2014, and it's sort of diversified from starting off providing oak tables and oak setups for cafes and restaurants. And then one day he was asked, can you supply chopping boards and can you supply other oak products? And his mind started whirring, thinking, can I do this and how can I do it? And then the chopping board business was born from there, really.
And here you are now, about to go to the Christmas craft market there at Stonham Barns this weekend. Where are you normally based?
Well, I'm based in Bury, so I'm nice and local. And the idea was we did a couple of sort of Christmas fairs last year selling the product out to the public and people loved it.
Yeah.
So we decided, right, this year we had a grand plan of we had 20 different country shows and markets throughout the sort of East Anglia, really, and the Midlands. And of course, they all cancelled, which was not what we wanted. So a month or so ago, we decided we'd try out at a few craft markets and farmers markets, and it's gone really, really well. So, yeah, I can't wait to get back out there and sort of start seeing people again and chatting about what we do.
Where do you get your oak from?
Well, it's all from sustainable sources, but if we can get it from farmers' fields, we will do. Matt has a lot of contacts, and quite often at these shows, we'll have somebody come up and say, oh, I've got a lovely bit of oak lying in my barn or lying in a field. Would you be interested? And if we can use it, we certainly will. We had a beautiful piece or lots of oak from an old windmill from Chinner, which we made into beautiful old door stops and oak tables. And, we know that oak was probably 350 years old. And people just love buying it because it's got a story behind it.
Can I just ask you something? The Chinner, the windmill in Chinner in Oxfordshire?
Yes.
Is that not there anymore?
No, so that was falling down,
right?
And we had a chance to actually salvage the oak that we could from the windmill. A lot of it we couldn't use, but the oak we could salvage, we turned into other products. And I said last year at the Bury Christmas Fair, people just absolutely loved it. We made candle holders, egg stands, door stops, whatever we could make from it, we did. And because it's got a bit of history, it made the perfect Christmas present. Yeah,
no, they do. All of those little beautiful pieces and larger ones too. Is it you that sold a coffee table last year to somebody at the fair and they never turned up to pick it up?
Yes, we did. He was a very well-dressed, well-spoken German gentleman in his 60s in fine tweed. And he was very interested in what we did and around where we got our oak from and the prison. And he fell in love with this oak table.
Yeah.
It was early on the first day, on the Thursday. Gave us hard cash, which was lovely. And because it was quite heavy, he obviously said, I'll be back later to pick up the table, which was fine. We put it to one side. And he was never seen again, this chap. So he parted with £250 and was never seen again. Now, all I can presume is he indulged in a bit too much mulled wine, and maybe he forgot he purchased it. But I can't see how you could if you'd spent that much money. But we put out pleas on social media for him to come forward. And he's never come forward, but we've still got the table sat in Matt's workshop down in Hertfordshire. So if he listens to this and he wants to claim his he wants to claim his oak table, he's very welcome.
Are you out there? I think maybe it was just a Christmas angel. But talking of good things, now you have a very different method to how you make some of your oak products.
Yes, it's made in the Mount Prison down in Hertfordshire, in Bovingdon. And again, my partner Matt, when he was first asked how could we make chopping boards for restaurants, he sort of thought, well, how can we do this? he approached the prison because he lives 5 minutes away from the prison, and the concept was born. And so basically, we take in the oak into the prison.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a workshop there where we got a workshop manager trains up 20 guys at a time. The idea being they've got a sense of purpose, a reason to get up in the morning. It gives them a skill. It gives them training. When the guys who have been through the course come out of prison, they're a lot more likely to find work because they can say, look, I've been doing this in a workshop environment. And the prisoners want to get on, do this work. We pay the prison a commercial rate. So the prison then pays the prisoners the maximum rate they're allowed to be paid while they're doing this work. And the additional money just goes to the prison for their running for how they see fit on their own infrastructure. But it works on every level, and the work they produce is absolutely outstanding. You know, we've supplied to the Hilton Group, we supply to Marks and Spencer's, we supply to a lot of restaurants and hotels, but now we're really enjoying selling it out to the general public. It's a really good thing.
No, I think that's really interesting, very interesting indeed. What can we find at the stand, at your stall, I should say, this weekend at the craft market?
What you'll find is we sell everything from price-wise. You can spend £2.50 on a small little oak heart decoration or Christmas tree. We've got chopping boards for £10, £20, £30, £40. Our largest, we've got a presentation board, which is about 1.5 meters long, made of beautiful oak for £75. We've got great big butcher's blocks that you'd see on the James Martin Saturday morning shows, huge, great big butcher's blocks. We've got those. Yeah, we've got coat hangers, huge oak door stops. So come and have a look. You'll find something for yourself or something for a present.
Brilliant.
Full of oak goodies.
Now, can you give us your website, please?
www.roughstuffoak.co.uk.
Perfect. Matt, wonderful. Thank you very much, and very good luck this weekend. And of course, I'm going.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you very much for your time.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Bye. We're talking to Sarah Curtis from the English Spirit Distillery, and she's promising some Christmas rum magic this year. Welcome, Sarah.
Oh, hello. How are you doing?
We're great, thanks. And how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yes, it's a little cold in the distillery today with the weather, but the nice warm stills are keeping us quite snug.
I'm glad to hear that. Sarah, before we start talking about your amazing collection of beautiful spirits, do you want to tell us just a little bit about how the company started?
Okay, so the company was started in 2011. Dr. John Walters is our master distiller, so it was his brainchild. He's a biochemist by trade, hence the title Doctor. And he was listening to an article on Radio 4 about 15 years ago where they talked about distilling. And it just caught his ear, shall we say, that he thought, well, I'm going to have a go at that. So he bought himself a very small 20-litre still, used some grapes to make an eau de vie, which is an immature brandy, and found that he produced something very smooth, which then got him thinking he could take this a little bit further. And then nearly 10 years on, here we are.
Incredible. And he's quite clever with the ingredients that he uses.
Yes, definitely. So after a lot of, shall we say, dabbling and research and using his kind of biochemistry background, he did a lot of experimenting, settled on East Anglian sugar beet to make our base spirit. So we're one of the few distilleries in England that make our spirit completely from scratch. So that's quite unique with us.
Yeah, and not only that, but you're unique too, because I think you're the only producers of Sambuca.
Yes, so we produce it for our own brand, English Spirit. And what we also do is we produce for other brands. So if somebody came along and they wanted to make something completely unique, then we would look at what ingredients they wanted to use, what end product they wanted. So we would do contract distilling as well. But yes, Sambuca, if you get a good one, which ours is, I shall say, it's really lovely and smooth, lovely digestive.
I'm really looking forward to seeing all of these at the Christmas craft market. What will you be bringing along with you?
We tend to bring the whole range, but because we're small batch, there might be a time where we just haven't had the time to produce something, or it might be that the ingredient isn't available because, again, we wait for seasonal produce with some of our products. But yeah, we do make the widest range of spirits and liqueurs. So we've got some lovely rums. We're one of the first producers of rum in the UK as well. And again, there's only a handful of distilleries that do that. So caramel rum liqueur is amazing for Christmas. We've got a coffee liqueur out this year, a very lovely smooth sugar beet vodka that we make. So there'll be lots of stuff for people to choose from.
Yeah, sounds absolutely amazing. I mean, I've looked at your website. It's a great website. I could stay on it for hours, to be honest with you.
Did you try the recipe section?
I haven't. No, I haven't. Do I need to go there?
Definitely. So what we do as well is we advise people on how to use our spirits and liqueurs in their kitchen for cooking with.
Right.
So you will find a chicken sauce that's been made with the Dr. J's gin that we produce. So it's called Dr. J's because of Dr. John Walters.
Yeah.
We've got a sticky chicken that we use with lemongino, which is our take on limoncello. That again is a gin-based liqueur. So there's lots more besides drinking it. Obviously, you can cook with it as well.
Gosh, I'm glad we're talking to you after midday.
Yeah.
And I noticed one other thing that grabbed my eye: chocolate chili vodka liqueur.
Yes. Not something to be scared of because it's just got a little bit of warmth from the chili and it's very, very chocolatey. So again, it's quite a nice one to use for Christmas time, but it also goes very well on ice cream. So it's one of our ones that will sell all through the year.
Yeah.
But a lot of people at events say, is it really spicy? And we're not making it to kind of scare people off. We're making it for them to enjoy as well. And it hasn't got the cream in it like some of the other kind of Christmassy drinks. So you don't get that kind of claggy feeling, I would say, from it. So that's quite nice as well.
Sounds delicious. And the caramel rum liqueur, now you only make that in small batches for the festive season?
We do, but what we do is we respond to customers, and if they go mad for something, then we will actually create more of it and it will become in our main line. So that's how chocolate chili started out, as a small batch.
Right.
We check the customer response, and then if we decide it's popular enough, then we will start putting it into our main line as well. The only kind of caveat to that is our Christmas spirit, because obviously that can only be made for Christmas time. So that's another one that we'll have out with us.
Oh, I can't wait. Now, can we have a little try at your stall?
Yes, we've obviously got to follow lots of guidelines, which we would do anyway. We're always very kind of, little cups, which we've tried to be green as well. So we use the compostable cups. But yeah, we do make sure that we keep distance and we get the people to take the cup themselves. So there's no sort of changing of hands at the moment, because we've obviously had to be really careful with that sort of thing as well. But yes, more than welcome to come and not necessarily work your way across the table, but have a couple.
Yeah, I mean,
otherwise you'd be there all day.
I'm not bothered about that. Now, you do. Your labelling is stunning. Everything's beautiful about your thing, so they make perfect gifts. But do you do little gift sets as well?
We do. So especially if there's somebody that likes to try different things, we do a little set of miniatures, and we have different options with that. We have a liqueur set, we have a gin-based set. So we think they're really good. You could either break them down and use them as stocking fillers, or have them on the table as sort of little Christmas kind of party favours, or give somebody the pack. And especially if they like to try different drinks, or you're not sure what they drink, then that's a really good option as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now, we'll see you at the weekend at the Christmas Craft Market, but all year round we can buy from you. What's your website?
So we are www.englishspirit.uk, which a lot of people query because they say, well, where's the .co? But you don't need to worry about that. It's englishspirit.uk.
Super. Thank you. Well, best of luck at the weekend, obviously, and we look forward to having a little tryout. And we wish you guys a very Merry Christmas.
Okay, well, thank you. And Merry Christmas to you too, and all the people that are listening. We'll see you there. And yeah, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Next up, it's Vicky Adams, a veterinary surgeon and epidemiologist, also chief executive of the Animal Cancer Trust charity. Hello, Vicky. Welcome.
Hello, thank you.
It's nice to have you here. There's lots that we can talk about. Can we start off when you first started getting involved with the charity?
Yes, I was working at the Animal Health Trust in Newmarket, which has sadly recently closed. And Malcolm Brearley, who was the very first veterinary oncologist specialty vet in this country. He was at Cambridge and he started the charity and asked me to come on board as a trustee.
Mm-hmm. And from there, you started off helping, but now you run it.
Yeah, we lost a really good chief executive through personal health problems in her family, and then the next chief exec we got hurt her knee. And then Malcolm stepped down and retired. He's living the good life out near Southwold. So I stepped down as a trustee and became the acting chief executive. And hopefully tonight we're having our AGM and I will be promoted to being the chief executive.
I'm sure you will be.
So, yeah, trustees are meant to run it, but I do the day-to-day administration stuff.
Now, how do you promote the charity normally?
Normally through our website and Facebook. We're just about to launch a brand new website, actually, really excited about that. And I have a lovely work experience student who's doing a degree in animal sciences. So she's been working with our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, trying to get more followers. And she's been absolutely brilliant. We're also about to launch a survey of pet owners. And then in a normal year, in 2019, according to Google Maps, we did 44 trips around the country, as far north as Inverness and as far south as Bristol. So we go to cat and dog shows, country fairs, we go to crafts, we go to the Supreme Cat Show, we go to veterinarian nursing conferences, and we do lots of little, I mean, he's looked at our website, we've got photos of us with our gazebo outside, and we also have lots of hand puppets that brings both the kids and the adults over to talk to us. So we sell hand puppets on our stand.
Yeah, no, that's great. Now, what are the main aims of the Animal Cancer Trust?
We've got three aims. The major one, and the one that we focused on over the last 4 or 5 years, is about education information. So getting good, up-to-date information out there for pet owners. And pet owners are really becoming aware of us. Another aim is to work with our partners, so veterinary practices, groomers, kennels, and catteries, to just raise the awareness that cancer is diagnosable and treatable.
And obviously the support is huge for people because pets are part of our family. They are family, and it's terribly difficult dealing with an illness, a long-term one.
It is. And I think veterinary surgeons, just like GPs, we're not trained to give bad news, and some of us aren't very good at giving bad news and having that frank discussion and, leaving time for the owner to ask questions. And we find we get phone calls and messages from people who just, they just want to talk to somebody. And they maybe don't want to bother their vet or the practice. And so we just get a lot of tell me your story and then try and interpret what the vet has told them so that they can better understand.
Yeah, very necessary indeed, I can imagine. Having been through it myself, I can really understand. You just mentioned puppets. What's all that?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I just happened to find a little pug puppet, a little hand puppet. And we had it at Crufts one year. Everybody wanted to come up and buy it. So it was just kind of getting people's attention. Like I would even stand behind our banner and just have the hand puppet out to get people's attention. So they would come and chat to us and say, what's this all about? I had somebody say to me, why are you doing this? Are you a professional puppeteer? And I said, no, I'm the acting chief executive of the charity. And they gave me a £20 donation. And then everybody kept asking us, can we buy that puppet? And no, it's the only one I have. And so I went online and I found the Puppet Company, which is a UK company, which is absolutely fabulous. And it turns out my partner went to school with the founders. So we sell their puppets because they only sell to wholesalers. And they also have the Wilbury soft toys. And so that's just how it's come about. And it's just a fun thing to do. And it's always fun to make the grown-up judges at cat and dog shows laugh and smile as they pass by.
You also do calendars, I see here.
Yes, we've got a brand new calendar. This is the first time we've done it. It's got photos of our friends remembered. So these are pets that have died. And then we've got some survivors celebrated as well. So those are cats and dogs and bunnies that are living with cancer.
And I'm reading here about Darcy, a very fine Maine Coon.
Yes. In fact, I spent this morning writing an article on Darcy and about surviving nasal lymphoma for the Kennel and Cattery magazine.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's one of our heroes. Met her at a Felis Britannica cat show, got to know her owners very well. And then, the worst case scenario, but she's doing extremely well. I think it's been almost a year since she finished chemo.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're really proud of her. And I just happen to have this Wilbury toy that looks like her. She's now our new mascot.
How do we get, I'm going to ask you how we get involved in a moment, but at the Christmas market, we can come and see you. We can talk to you about anything we want to regarding our pets and our concerns. But how can we donate? What else can we do to support the charity?
Yeah, Just Giving. If you were to Google Just Giving, we've got a Just Giving charity account and that you can gift aid your donation. We sometimes have people fundraise for us and then they'll just do a direct bank transfer. We also, we're on Amazon Smile and Easy Fundraising. So if anybody ever does any shopping online, they can nominate the Animal Cancer Trust to be their charity and get donations.
Excellent. And also, I'm guessing, can we buy little wristbands and lanyards?
Yeah, we either give those away or a small donation. We don't even ask for donation for those because it's all good advertising for us.
Of course. Now, can you give us your website address?
Yes, it's www.animalcancertrust.org.uk. And please don't go and look at it right now. Give us 2 weeks and it'll be brand spanking new.
You heard her. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on. Everybody go and see Vicky at her stand at the Christmas Market Fair. And we wish you luck. And we really hope that people give as generously as they can to help support what you do.
Thank you very much. We hope so too. We shall be in the barn.
Great. Okay, well, Merry Christmas to you for now.
Thank you. Thanks for talking to us.
We're talking to Kate Mason, who owns ByKatyMac. She's an eco-designer and is into creating slow fashion. Here she is, and a very warm welcome to you. Hi, Kate.
Oh, hello. Thank you for having me to talk about my eco-designs. I'm a little bit of an eco-geek, really, and I like all sorts of sustainable things.
Well, I think it's wonderful, and I'm just looking here that you're actually, what you do is quite extraordinary. But before we talk about that, what is slow fashion?
Right. Well, slow fashion is the opposite of fast fashion. And fast fashion is made quickly out of poor quality fabrics, using people who are not paid properly or not looked after properly. And often the clothing is quite disposable. Mm-hmm. They're very cheap clothes. They're useful for the season. And then quite often they're not long term. I'm slow fashion, so I make things out of more sustainable fabrics. I don't have a production team, but if I did, I would make sure they were all paid properly. And I would ensure that I don't produce too much waste or damage the environment intentionally.
Right. Now, what sort of clothing do you make?
I make children's wear and I make occasion wear. I do costumes and theatre work and I make wedding dresses.
Oh, wonderful. And what sort of fabrics do you use, Kate?
I buy all of my fabrics either second-hand or end of line, or I use other people destashing their fabric cupboards, and I try to use what I call vintage and pre-loved household fabrics. Mm-hmm. So that would be old curtains, bedding, tablecloths, those beautiful embroidered tablecloths. I'll use them to make unique items of clothing. My duvet dress, which I've called Sweet Dreams, has been displayed down in London as part of an exhibition about waste reduction.
Wow.
Yes, I felt like that as well.
That's wonderful. Have you always been doing this?
Kind of yes and no. We were always a bit broke as children, so my mum made a lot of our clothes and taught me to sew. And then when I had my own daughter, World Book Day was a bit scary, so we had to make costumes for it. And then I ran the local nursery, so I made costumes for an awful lot of children for World Book Day.
I bet.
And then my daughter became a dancer and I started making dance costumes.
Ah, okay.
Then I had 220 little girls at the Theatre Royal in Norwich in 495 costumes last year.
No way.
Which was a little challenging. I didn't have to make all the costumes. I just had to make sure they fitted all the children.
Well, that is no mean task.
It really wasn't. Little girls come in all shapes and sizes, despite being the same age. And then about 15 months ago, I decided to turn my little bit of part-time sewing that I did into my career. and ByKatyMac was born. The name is quite fun. When I was about 7, my nana knitted everything. And my granddad, as a gimmick Christmas present, bought her some little embroidered labels that said handmade by Joey Mac, because her name was Joyce McNaughton and it was her nickname. And I was Katie Mac. And I put on my parts and had a right strop that I didn't have any labels. So a couple of weeks after Christmas, a little envelope appeared with little labels with a holly hobby embroidered on and handmade by Katie Mac. So this became a family legend. And then when I was looking for a name for my business, my daughter said I had to use ByKatyMac.
Of course. It's perfect.
Well, makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, completely.
I'm not a Mac anymore, but you know.
I'm just so enthralled by what you do and what it'll look like. What are you taking to the market this weekend? What can we see on your stall?
Right. Well, I always take my 2 big wedding dresses that I've done because they give people a visualization of where I go with ordinary fabric, you know, a sheet. It gives you an idea. I'm also taking all of the clothes that I've made out of tablecloths and leftover denim. I've got little bodices and I've got full circle skirts and I've got a Christmas skirt made out of Christmas tablecloth. And the other thing that I do is I buy embroideries and tapestries pictures from charity shops. I take them out of their frame and I sew them onto the back of jackets.
Oh, that
denim
sounds
jackets
lovely.
and leather jackets. And quite often someone gets given an embroidered picture by a relative and they think, that's not going to go in my lounge. So the embroidery that their great Auntie Sue made them is in the spare wardrobe, leaning against the side and not used. But putting it on a jacket means that it's actually valued and treasured as a piece of art rather than something somebody gave me that I love them, but I don't really like it.
Sounds wonderful. I am visualising those jackets. I want one, I think.
They are really fun, and there's loads on Facebook. If you have an embroidery or a tapestry that somebody has given to you and you have a jacket that you love, I will amalgamate them together for you.
Oh, thank you. You're very sweet indeed. Now, you don't actually have a website, but you are on Facebook and you are on Instagram, and that is at ByKatyMac. And of course, you're going to be at the market this weekend. So we want lots of people.
Apparently, I'm on Twitter as well, but I don't know how to use it.
Is that news to you? It's been a real pleasure to talk to you. And I know you want to thank someone special.
Thank you. Well, yeah, my mum died this year and she was a big supporter of ByKatyMac, and things are slowly starting to come together for the company, and it's just such a shame that she's not there to see it. My family are so supportive of everything that I'm doing, and it's been a bit of a year, really, I think, for everybody.
It has. And Kate, we cannot thank you enough for joining us today. And I hope that lots and lots of people go and say hello to you at the market and indeed are completely taken by your products, as I am.
Well, I'd love you to come and see them. They really are fun. And it's just about thinking about cloth differently, saving the planet one piece of fabric at a time.
Perfect. We'll leave it there. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you very much. And you too.
Carters of Suffolk, talking to us about their unusual and beautiful teapots as well as their teapot tea room. Welcome, Mark.
Oh, hello, Suzanne. Nice to speak to you this morning.
It's a beautiful morning too, and we're all open.
Well, yes, we are, and that's really good. Obviously, we've been in lockdown periodically for a while, so yes, it's nice to have everything open again.
Your business, Carters of Suffolk, I know you've bought it more recently, but it's a business that's been around for years.
It has, yes. It was first established in the early to late 70s by Tony and Anita Carter over in Debenham, who subsequently sold it. And we took it over in February of this year.
Right, so it's a fairly new thing to you?
Yes, it is. Yes, although, it's been constantly operating from 78 through to today.
Now, do you actually make the teapots yourself?
We do, yes. We've got, not personally, but I've got two ladies here who've been with the company 29, 30 years
Right.
each.
Mm-hmm.
And they work for us, and they're the main two that actually create the teapots themselves using slip moulding, which has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, that technique, and also do the majority of the painting.
I've never seen teapots like them. They are so unique.
They are, and they actually sell them right round the world, not only to the trade, but also to retail customers as well. And they can use them for various things. They can use them for decoration. They can use them as presents for people. You know, we've got a locomotive there, which obviously any train enthusiasts or transport enthusiasts would like. We do special ones for Christmas. We've got a Christmas pudding one, which literally depicts a Christmas pudding, like with brandy butter on the top.
Oh.
I know it's really nice, but yes, they are unique, and you know, I think people now are starting to appreciate British handmade items. You know, each one is unique, although some of them are actually limited edition ones. So yeah, people are really picking up on this now, because I think they're starting to move away from the mass production, cheap and cheerful, throw it in the bin sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It's been a year of recollection, potentially.
Yes, I think it has. I think people have had time to reflect on it, and we were predominantly a business-to-business manufacturer, with about 70% going to the trade and about 30% going to actual retail customers. Well, obviously, with the lockdowns, etc., the business customers have dropped off because they've been, like everyone else, they've been locked down, they've had no income, etc. So we've put a lot of effort into building up our web presence and our social media presence, etc. And we've turned it right around. So now about 70% of our income is actually coming from the retail side.
Fantastic. Well, that's such good news in a difficult year. That is excellent news. Now, you're not actually in the Christmas market yourself, because you're permanently at Stonham Barnes Park. Yes, we are. Yes, we're located next to the fun fair and just behind the big bouncy pillar there. And perfect for teapots. Well, yeah, not that I go on it very often, but yes, we also do paint your own sessions for the kids and adults as well. And we've also just taken over the ownership of the tea room here, the teapot tea room. We do all homemade cakes. We do hot food as well. We do teas, coffees. So, yeah, we get it fits in nicely with people coming to visit us. Super. Well, listen, very good luck. Today we reopen as we speak. We wish you well right up through to Christmas, and indeed for 2021 too. I can't wait to come and have a cup of tea with you out of one of those fantastic teapots. And thank you. Absolutely. And thank you so much for taking part on the show, Matt. Well, thank you very much for having us on the show. We really do appreciate it. All right. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye. Bye. Sunnyside Cottage Boards, beautiful handcrafted boards and platters, perfect for the Christmas table and in fact all year round. Welcome, James.
Hello, Suzanne.
Hello. Very nice to have you on here on the Suffolk Pod Show. Thanks for joining us.
No problem at all.
You have an interesting story and you've had a very interesting year. You weren't always specifically a board maker.
No, not at all, not at all. No, I've been many strings to my bow, as the old phrase goes.
Originally a designer, I see, an interior designer.
Well, I worked for the interior design trade, so not specifically an interior designer myself. I was working for the interior design trade, going all around Britain, mainly working in London and occasionally abroad as well.
And this year's been a different sort of year, and so you've rather changed the style of what you do.
Lockdown happening, not being able to go into people's houses, and especially lockdown 1, where everyone literally stopped. It's obviously a lot more relaxed in lockdown 2, it seems, but lockdown 1, everyone stopped you going to their houses. I had to find something else to do. So hence Sunnyside Cottage boards.
And I've just had a look at your website. They are absolutely beautiful, mainly chopping boards and charcuterie boards.
Exactly, yes. Chopping boards are the thicker products that I do. They're more substantial, very heavy in weight, which if you ask any good chef, you need a good, strong, heavy chopping board. And the charcuterie boards are lighter in weight, thinner. And yes, charcuterie cheese boards, use them as you wish.
And they are stunning and they are beautifully made, and they must take time to make.
They do, yeah. I make them in batches, so I'll do a series of cutting at one stage, and then a series of gluing, a series of sanding, and then a series of oiling, all food grade oil. But yeah, they probably take a good half day per board. To make, so they're not. It's not a quick process.
No, fairly labour intensive. Can I just ask you a question before we go any further? What is live edge boards?
Live edge boards. So if you imagine a growing tree, if you imagine a plank of wood.
Yes.
Okay. Go into your hardware shop and you buy a plank of wood, and basically it will be cut on all four sides, all four edges. Okay, that's a normal plank of wood. If you imagine a growing tree. When they cut it into, let's say, inch-wide strips to make planks, the live edge is the edge where the bark was growing.
Right.
So it's not been machined or cut or anything. So it's all wavy and et cetera, et cetera. Have you been onto my website or not?
I have, and now I know exactly what you mean. I just didn't see the words, and I know exactly what you mean. They're beautiful. Yeah.
So it's the charcuterie at the very end of my shop section. They've all got live edges. So if you go into that, you'd see the live edge. It's a little bit of interest, basically.
Yeah. And you will be at the Christmas market, as we know, and we'll be able to see all of these boards on display.
Yes, yep. I'm bringing down stock of about 45. They're a very tactile product, so you can see them on the website, but they're a very, very tactile product. When you get them in your hands and feel them, there's something about getting a nice lump of wood in your hands, I find.
No, I couldn't.
It's very tactile.
Yeah, no, gorgeous. They are gorgeous things anyway. What sort of woods do you use?
They're all hardwoods, so maple, beech, oak, walnut, some yew. Oh, it's too numerous to mention. There's about 7 or 8 different woods I use.
And if I wanted to have a board made specifically to suit my kitchen, would you do that?
Yes, yeah. Bespoke commissions are more than welcome. You can choose the wood colours. You can choose the shape of your board. I've branched out. I'm actually doing pizza paddles as well. And also, I've actually just made a Lady Susan to take down to the show as well. So that's something different as well.
That's quite a design task, I would have thought.
It is, yeah. But it works well. You know, once again, look on the internet. It's not on my site at the moment, but... in America, someone had the idea of doing a big round wooden Lazy Susan. So I took up the challenge and I made one. It's worked out very nicely.
Superb. Now, this is a whole new prospect for you because obviously you're used to going into people's houses, but now you are actually, as you've put here, this is my first dabble as a market trader.
It is, yes. You know, you have to try and earn money somehow. And I thought, yes, let's give it a go. Once again, going back to the tactile product, it's all very well trying to sell on the internet, but getting something in your hands, sometimes you need that little bit of confidence as a buyer, actually seeing and feeling the product.
No, I recommend everyone goes to your website. Now, could you just tell us what your address is?
It's www.sunnysidecotageboards.co.uk.
Lovely. And do you have social media accounts?
We do. We're on Facebook and I'm trying to think what the other
Instagram.
Social media Instagram. That sounds like it. Yes.
Well, everybody, you've heard him. Go and find him at the Christmas craft market with all those beautiful boards. Thank you so much for joining us, James. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Suzanne, thank you very much for your time, and thank you, and have a good Christmas.
And you too. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It's Karen, co-owner with her daughter Megan of the Coffee Caddy. Hello, Karen.
Hello.
And a very warm welcome to the Suffolk Pod Show. We're looking forward to hearing all about your beautiful coffees, and not just coffees, I see. All sorts of exciting things. Tell us how you started your business with your daughter.
Well, it all started about 4 years ago. We were sort of talking about different coffees, and I was actually working at a place where there was a mobile coffee van used to come round, and my daughter was working in a coffee shop. She was hounding me to start up a coffee shop somewhere, but I quite fancied the idea of the mobile because you get to see so many more people and that. So we sort of looked into it, and it was kind of born from there. We decided to go ahead, to go in together. So she was really keen to go out with the van, and I have always loved baking. So I stay at home in the kitchen, which is lovely in the winter because it's nice and warm, and she gets nice and wet. But in the summer, she gets a better deal by being out in the sunshine, and I'm just stifling kitchen. But and it's worked really well from there.
Yeah. Now, which bit do you do of the business?
I do all the baking, so make all cakes, sausage rolls, savouries, scones, etc. And I do all the boring stuff like the accounts, that side of things.
And then Megan takes all of those beautiful things that you bake out in the van, out and around the county?
Yeah, we have a regular round that we've built up. So predominantly we're in, on Monday to Friday, we have a set round, which is predominantly in Ipswich, Felixstowe and Rendlesham. We do occasionally dive into different areas if we're asked to, but that is predominantly where we set the round up for the last 3.5 years. Yeah.
And this year must have been a bit different for you.
It has been, yes. Yeah, obviously, like everybody, it's been really difficult. Obviously, when we had the first lockdown, we had to be off the road. Well, we chose to be off the road more so for safety reasons. But once we were able to trade again, we had lots of our regular customers that were working from home or furloughed. Can't you come and deliver to us at home? So that then enabled us to diversify what we were doing, because obviously our business round had dropped because people were working from home, but then we picked up a lot of home deliveries instead. So we've still got lots of those home deliveries going now. So it's actually quite busy.
Well, I just love hearing that. And now at the market, the Christmas market this weekend at Stonham, what will you be serving?
Right. Well, along with obviously all the barista coffees and the most delicious Italian hot chocolate that we serve, and a white hot chocolate as well, which is quite unusual. We will have lots of cakes. We'll have my famous brownies, which are a little bit like the Coca-Cola recipe. Nobody's allowed to have the recipe.
And the lock and key, Karen.
Absolutely, yeah. Sort of, you have to eat it, literally. And so there'll be brownies and flapjacks, and another one that's sort of quite well known. It only comes out in December, and it's called the Caddy Christmas Crumble, which is sort of a twist on a mince pie. It's like a shortbread base, and then a layer of mincemeat, and then an almond crumble on the top.
Oh my, okay, that sounds delicious.
And lots of bakewell slices and Rocky Road.
Oh, I haven't had that for years, Rocky Road.
Filled with all kinds of chocolate bars, and never the same twice, because it all depends what I decide to put in it at the time.
Yeah. Obviously we're going to all see you at the Christmas market this weekend, but where do we find you?
The best place is probably finding us on Facebook. Good old Facebook tends to be where everybody looks now, and that's where a lot of people contact us via Facebook or email inquiries at thecoffeecaddy.co.uk.
Okay, that's lovely. Well, listen, we hope that you have a terrific time this weekend. It's looking like it's going to be very busy, so I'm sure you'll be passing out those hot chocolates. What is that? Sorry, I've got to ask one last question. Italian hot chocolate.
It's an Italian blend. It's a very rich, dark hot chocolate.
Oh, okay. I'm there. I'm first in the queue.
With cream and marshmallows. You have to have the cream and marshmallows on the top as well.
Oh yeah, the full Monty.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being on the show. We wish you, as I just said, much success this weekend and always, and a very Merry Christmas to both you and Megan.
Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas to everybody out there, and let's hope it's a good one for everybody. We're certainly looking forward to this weekend. It'll be lovely to be able to get out and have something different to do.
Exactly. All right, take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We're talking to Bev, owner of Bev's Pantry, and she's here to tell us all about her beautiful jams, pickles, chutneys and preserves. Hello, Bev.
Good afternoon, and how are you?
Very well, thank you. And how are you doing?
Well, obviously looking forward to this weekend coming to at last be able to get the products out for people to see.
No, quite. I mean, it's been a long time coming for all of us. Before we get on to jams and pickles and everything that's totally yummy for Christmas, tell us a bit more about you and how long you've been running Bev's Pantry.
I started Bev's Pantry 3 years ago with a friend because I love cooking and it was a way that I could unwind when I was just coming home from work, so I could sit and do something I loved and enjoyed. So that's how it started. My friend is into crafting and this was my way of entering into crafting as well. So I started, and the first year we went to Stonham for their Christmas fete and have been going for the last 3 years.
Great. Now, when you started, I can't imagine you were doing as things that you are doing now, quite as exotic as your strawberry and Prosecco's. You first started, I'm going to do a business. What was the first thing you cooked?
Red onion marmalade.
Why specifically?
Because it was something that was very rich, different, and something that I thought a lot of people would enjoy with coming up to Christmas.
No, spot on, absolutely. And now I think you do, more than 40 different types of jams and pickles?
40 to 45, and always looking out for the unusual. The chuckleberry, which not a lot of people know about. So, yeah, we look out for lots of difference, and we like playing with them with different alcohols and that to make them a bit more special.
Yeah, I like the sound of your kitchen.
Well, you could get drunk from breakfast right through till the evening meal.
On our way.
We have marmalades that have got gin and elderflower and orange and whiskey, and we go right through the day then.
Oh, the smells alone, let alone the tastes. But now you put yourself through the mill a bit when you go collecting fruit.
Yeah, we try to source as much as we can locally, go picking ourselves, get in touch with local people. But of course, there's always that risk, isn't there, of reaching over the bramble bushes and getting everything wrecked that you're wearing, or juice on everything, or, looking at a tree that's got pears and apples or quinces that you need. So, yeah, all can be fun.
So you go through your wardrobe pretty quickly.
Yes. And then, of course, you've got the cooking at it and it's spitting at you as well. So,
Let's turn our thoughts to the Christmas market this weekend. What will you have on your stall?
Well, we're bringing out the Christmas hampers that we've got made up ready for people just to purchase, and then that's got Christmas in a box for everybody. But we also designed and made ourselves boxes containing 2 or 3s or 4s or 5s of the tiny marmalades, jams, pickles, chutneys, preserves for people that are either on their own or don't know whether they're going to like something, so would like to try a smaller sample, or to buy for a gift for somebody.
Yeah, and a lovely gift it is too. I love getting that sort of thing for Christmas.
Everybody does, and it's always something that somebody that you don't know what to buy for.
Yeah, it's perfect. Do I see, or have I read somewhere that you also make rather good cake?
Yes, we do Christmas cakes and Christmas puddings as well. So, yes.
Yes, so your stall is definitely, I hope it's near to the entrance. Well, I hope it's not actually, because I'm not going to go any further.
Well, hopefully you'll pop and see us on Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, we'd love to. That would be great. Okay, Bev, what's your website address?
bevspantry.co.uk.
Lovely. So everyone can go there and have a look at all your beautiful products that you do, even before they come and see them for real at the fair.
Yes, certainly, and it'd be lovely to see everybody.
Okay, thank you very much for letting us know what we can expect from your stall, and good luck. And now that we're all open again, let's hope for a really successful Christmas period.
It'll be fantastic for all the crafters out there.
Definitely. Merry Christmas and see you soon.
Merry Christmas to you and a Happy New Year to everybody.
Thanks. Now we have the Disemporium. Hello, Henry, are you there?
I'm here, yes.
Hello, welcome to the Suffolk Pod Show and welcome to this very special edition. Now, you're going to be at the Christmas market.
That's correct, yes.
Very excited to see you there. What can people expect when they come to see you?
Well, we're going to be offering some of our smaller items from our emporium. We're going to have some antique toys. We're going to have vintage and retro items as well. We're going to have lots of vintage decorations. So some of the lovely baubles and super things to hang on your tree. Some lovely Christmas wreaths. But principally, we're going to be showcasing what we do, because we are going to be opening a new antique shop at Stonham Barns in the new year. And they offered us the opportunity, although it was a craft market, to come and show what we've got.
It's really exciting. But, I mean, your big premises is in Diss.
Yes, so we've got an antiques warehouse in Diss, which has been open now for about 2.5 years. Obviously has been closed a lot of this year, but we are reopening today, which is very exciting. A lot of our traders have been popping in and being able to restock. So we've got lots of exciting new items, and we're hoping people will come and buy unusual and exciting things for Christmas.
No, definitely. No, we look forward to seeing you on the stand at Stonham Barns Park this weekend. And then we also look forward to seeing you both in Diss, but especially now at the Stonham Barns Park, which is exciting, as you said.
It is very exciting, yes. And as I say, and there we'll be doing quite a lot of garden architecture. That's one of the things we're very excited about being able to do there. Furniture and all sorts of different wonderful eclectic items. But principally for the Christmas market, we're going to concentrate on sort of small gifts that people can buy, but they're going to be unusual and interesting that people can give to their loved ones over Christmas. It'll be great.
Well, that's superb news. Can you just tell us your website?
www.disemporium.co.uk. And we're also on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Our new place at Stonham is going to be called Aspirational Antiques, which is going to give it a really good link to the area, Stonham Aspirational. So we're very happy to be able to include the name in our new name.
Super. Thanks so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you for inviting us on. Thank you.
Pleasure. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on the Christmas Suffolk Pod Show. We hope you enjoyed listening, and don't forget to look out for more Christmas editions.
If you'd like to be involved in any of our shows, or you're interested in setting up your own podcast series, please just get in touch. We offer a wide range of podcast services. Just visit podtalk.co.uk. Thanks for listening to the Suffolk Pod Show. Find us on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram, or you can visit our website, podtalk.co.uk. And here's our disclaimer.
The Suffolk Pod Show will not be held responsible for any omissions or errors in its podcast.
The Suffolk Pod Show is produced purely for entertainment purposes. Views and opinions are that of our own or that of our guests.